welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the love outlook for March 15th to the 22nd for the sign of Leo. Now this is going to be a love outlook for Leo who is in connection with someone else, right? Because I'm going to be pulling out cards for you and for the other person. So this isn't a general love outlook just into your love life. This is a specific outlook into a specific connection, and you can decide, if this connection is the one that's resonating with you or what have you. Whatever the cards may say, it could be a new connection, it could be a long-term connection, it could be one that is in crisis or one that's doing well. So we're just going to take a general sort of outlook on only one scenario that's going on for one particular Leo out there. Now I've done most of my shuffling off camera so we can get right into cutting your deck and getting out your cards. All right, Leo, straight out. Your person is resonating with Leo. Strength energy, right? That's your card. You are resonating with Four of Wands. Your person sees you as the King of Wands and you see them as an Ace of Cups. So far, so good. Your person sees the relationship as an Ace of Pentacles and you see it as Hanged Man energy. Wow. Bottom of the deck, we have Four of Swords. So this is a feeling of strategy, wanting to maintain your stability and make the right decisions moving forward. This is a nice reading, Leo. What can I say? So your person is resonating. How are you two resonating coming into the week? Well, your person is coming into the week with strength energy, right? With the 8 major arcana. This is, in fact, your card, Leo. So I can see why there's such a strong attraction. It's interesting because Aries also had Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. Here we have for you also the same coming out for air signs. So already we're getting a trend for air signs coming this week. Seems to be a lot of new beginnings. In any case, your person is resonating with a lot of strength and confidence, right? And you are resonating with this feeling of a new relationship or a relationship that is resonating up to this level of commitment very quickly. Four of Wands is the 11-11. It's also Venus in Aries. So here we're talking about a feeling of a relationship that is either a new relationship, which it seems to suggest here with this Ace of Cups, or a relationship for some of you who you may have been in for a little while, but that has very quickly become very, very committed and resonated up to a high level of commitment and loyalty and bonding and wanting to move forward very quickly. This is the 11-11 card. It's generally a card associated with a strong twin flame journey. And the reason for that is because 4 is the number for stability. And with the Four of Wands, we talk about a relationship or a connection you have with someone that comes together in a very extremely stable way very quickly. It's not that you're having to work towards stability and loyalty and bonding. It's something about the two energies, your energy and your person's energy. And when you guys first come together, it's like you right away are very committed, very bonded, trusting of each other. It's one of those kind of love connections that happens very quickly. And so generally it has all of the attributes needed for a very quickly established, but a very long, enduring, strong twin flame journey. And this is why we associate this card with that energy. So that's interesting. Your person is resonating with Leo energy themselves. So it's something about them and about their fire and their ability to be passionate, but not to be reckless with their passion that really intrigues you, because that is, of course, a lot to do with your nature, you being the Leo yourself, right? Now, how you see each other, your person sees you as the King of Wands and you see them as Ace of Cups. So they see you as someone who's extremely passionate, who has a real vision, who's very idealistic, right? I'm going to say that they see you as the alpha in the relationship, right? They certainly see you as the one in charge. The leader. The King of Wands is the leader, and oftentimes he's the leader of men in a very different way than the Emperor is, right? The 4 major arcana, the Emperor, we know he is, yes, he is the leader of men, and he's the ultimate emperor. But the King of Wands is also a leader, but he leads by example. It's not so much that he imposes his authority, but he's a natural born leader, right? He's the one that people want to follow, people want to emulate. He creates inspiration, right? And it's a lot to do with the way he carries himself and the way he achieves his goals, right? The vision that he has, the purpose, the intention, the fieriness, and the confidence. All of that is associated with King of Wands. And your person sees you as that. You see them as the Ace of Cups, which is clearly a new sort of fountain of love. You just see them as someone that you are exchanging a lot of love with, someone that is filling you up with a lot of love. You know, you see them as an overflowing Ace of Cups or an overflowing cup of love. So you certainly see them, I think, as someone who's very sensitive, who's very giving. Certainly, of course, this is a new love connection. So you see them as a new source of love, also being an Ace of Cups. But we already know that Ace of Cups talks about a new connection or opportunity in love. But when you see someone and for you, they resonate as an Ace of Cups, it can also be that you're dealing with someone who's very loving, right? Leo, you may be enamored with this individual here, this person, because you see them as a very extremely giving and caring and loving person, as if they just have such a big heart. And that's another aspect of seeing your person as an Ace of Cups. Now, how do you guys see the relationship? This is quite interesting because your person sees the relationship as the Ace of Pentacles and their part in it as an Ace of Pentacles. So I think they believe they can bring exactly what is needed for you guys to have an abundant future. Right? They see Ace of Pentacles because I think they see not only do they see you as a strong and powerful leader, they see that you are able to sort of, you know, have a financial abundance, make the right decisions, right? I think they see an opportunity in this relationship, right? Now, this is interesting. From their point of view, they're very strong. They see you as a leader, and they associate the relationship with Ace of Pentacles. We're going to pull some clarifying cards. I'd like to see some cups on their side as well, right? So it's not just you're the one who's in love, because so far you're resonating with being in love here, right, with a new relationship. You see them as your Ace of Cups, but they haven't had any cups on their side just yet. So I want to pull those clarifiers to make sure that your person, I believe that they're in love with you, but it can also be that they just are very, very in awe of you, right? You may be the one overflowing with a lot of emotional feelings, and they're the ones who are very drawn to you, but you know, it could be for very different reasons because they see the relationship as an Ace of Pentacles. So that's just, you know, in the absence of any cup cards, this does seem to indicate that they see the relationship as an opportunity for a lot of financial abundance and gain, right? So you may be dealing with someone who quite possibly could be into you or be interested because of your financial stability. They already see you as the King of Wands, so they already are enamored by your natural born leadership. You could be someone who could be very quite high up in your career, your business. You may be a CEO or a business owner or what have you. So they see you as being someone very respected, very regal. And so it's interesting that they would see the relationship as Ace of Pentacles. You see yourself in the relationship as the Hanged Man. So for you, you see yourself as awakening, having an awakening by being connected to this person. And this is quite interesting. It's like there's something about this relationship and something about the way you're interacting with this relationship that's really making you wake up to a certain side of your life. Again, I'm not going to say that this person has nefarious, that they're gold digger or anything like that, but it's interesting because you, Leo, are seeing so much possibility. And for you, this relationship is very, very good. You see yourself waking up, becoming much more aware, coming out of sort of a slumber that may have been a spiritual slumber or an emotional slumber. In any case, being with this person definitely gets you excited. But there is a feeling of being strategic here and being careful to maintain your stability, just in case. I would almost say that this is one of these situations where, yes, you may be very much in love, but if you're dealing with somebody who if you're dealing with someone who you don't know very well and who seems to be concerned with finances, you might want to sign that prenup. You know what I mean? I mean, if it's not your thing, that's fine too. But Let's see what the clarifiers say, because it's interesting that Four of Swords would be there too. Just to let you know that throughout all of this, you need to remain grounded and stable and be careful about the decisions that you make, right? Be very, very careful about your next move and make sure the decisions you make are all geared towards you maintaining your stability. Right? So you don't want to give up your stability just because you're in love. Certainly with someone who may who you may or may not know that well. Remember, this feels like you're really getting swept off your feet, and your person is really resonating with a lot of strength. They're being very confident. Let's see what the clarifiers say. This is an interesting read. All right, your person is, let's see now. All right, there we go. Ace of Cups, thank you. And your Two of Wands. That's what I wanted to see. Right, guys? Didn't I say that? I want to see some cups up here, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. They absolutely are just as in love with you. Five of Swords down here for you. That's interesting. And the Magician. Okay, so for you, we have a Five of Swords. There is a strange, I want to say, battle here going on, but we'll see what that's all about. The Hierophant is here. So we're talking about a level of commitment that is really very strong, right? Strong level of commitment. Okay, yes. Ace of Cups and Two of Wands. So your person is indeed very much in love with you also. Right? Yes, they are very much in love. They may be representing the feminine aspect to this relationship, whereas they see you as quite dominant. They see you as the masculine energy. You're obviously head over heels in love with them, but they bring I think they bring a certain level of femininity to the situation. They bring a certain level of mirroring your control and your passion here, right? They're certainly resonating with an Ace of Cups response to you also. So they're in love. Two of Wands indicates that they want to move forward though with this relationship. They really want to get it going. They want the ball to get going. Two of Wands talks about really it's Mars, it's Mars and Aries energy. So it talks about moving forward, with your plans, conquering new territory, establishing this relationship. Again, this is going to be a relationship that very quickly has come together with that Four of Wands. You have a certain battle here, though. This is quite interesting. There is a little bit of a battle struggle or a power struggle that you're in here with that Five of Swords. Somewhere in your life, you're having to be very careful. And we get back to that Four of Swords here, which is strategy. I guess it may just be something to do with either your social life, your family life, the way you live in general, right? You do have a Five of Swords that does feel like a bit of a power struggle with someone, a battle that you're having with someone in your life. So it could be that this week, is there an area where you're battling? Is there someone in your life that you're having to sort of like continue a battle with, or that may be standing in the way of your happiness here? You may have to be a little bit careful. This could be something to do with your family who may, the Hierophant is here, which is a level of commitment, but the Hierophant can also sometimes represent the status quo. And it could be that you're in a relationship with someone that is maybe a little bit unconventional. The Magician shows up also sometimes when we are living a somewhat unconventional life, or a life that is just very, very independent and very sort of, I want to say very, very unique to you, right? The Magician is the quirky one. He's the skilled one. It's the highest card for talent and ability. But he can also be uniquely on his own, right? He's the one who's extremely unique. There's no one else like the Magician. So it can very well be that you're living your life a little bit unconventionally. This may be an unconventional relationship. And the Hierophant showing up as a symbol of maybe your religious background or your social background, your cultural background that is sort of holding the status quo strong, right? That may be where you're having your battle. Leo, you may be having a battle with that area of your life, Five of Swords energy. It just doesn't feel like you're battling with your person because you guys are so well matched, right? Nevertheless, there is something that's calling for strategy in your life. I'm going to pull your romance angel cards and just see. This is a nice reading that turned out. I'm glad to see that Ace of Cups up there so that the love is absolutely reciprocated. I'm going to say, guess what? The Ace of Cups showed up twice also for Aries, which is the reading I just did before yours, Leo. So that's interesting. Both, I believe it was the Ace of Pentacles and both Ace of Cups showed up for that reading. So cross watchers, you might want to check that out. Interesting. When I do the readings by element, it's interesting. They seem to generally cross over a lot with some of their messages, and sometimes even the clarifiers will be sort of coming over again. We have retreat. Interesting. It's your time to disconnect from the world with your lover. Again, that might be because of that battle you're having there. And we have passion. So there you go. You two are very, very passionate with each other, but it may be time to retreat from the outside world. This Five of Swords is certainly a battle that maybe you're having, Leo, with your parents, with your friends, with your social group or your religious group. They may not understand this pairing, but you don't care. Again, Hanged Man talks about waking up and being much more passionate. It could be that because of this battle you're having here, you're waking up to sides of your life that you're going to have to make more of an effort. You're going to have to be more present and more sort of, you know, in charge. Your person already sees you as the King of Wands, so you're really going to have to step up in some area, and it could certainly be because of this battle. It could be time for you two to retreat. You know, just take a little break. If you're having problems with the family, you know, go on a little vacation. The passion is strong between the two of you in any case, Leo. And I just want to say this is a really lovely reading for two people who are going to be together no matter what. Regardless of whatever this battle is definitely outside of this relationship. And I think between the two of you, maybe a little break, if it's necessary, is needed, right? So retreating. And certainly the passion is there, but be careful with your next moves. We have the Four of Swords here, which is reminding you to definitely be strategic about the next steps, you know. You may be dealing with a family that holds the purse strings, right? That could make it really difficult for you if you go directly against their wishes. So sometimes you want to be a little bit ginger and strategic to make sure that you and your person get what you want, and that you also keep the family or the society or cultural background you're coming from that is also important to you happy. I'm not necessarily saying that that is exactly what's happening with everyone who's resonating with this reading, but I am saying that there is a battle somewhere here, Five of Swords, and Five of Swords is the card for defeat. So whatever that battle is, the person you're battling, they're going to use any tactic, any means. They're going to, you know, they're quite desperate, and maybe it's a time for you to decide to just give up the battle and say, okay, you win, and just be much more strategic about the way you're trying to accomplish things, especially if this Five of Swords, this power struggle, is impacting your relationship, right, that you're having with somebody that's a new relationship with somebody you love very much. Two Ace of Cups, one on each side. Very strong reciprocal love, right? So there you have it. All right, Leo, this is your love outlook for March 15th to the 22nd. All right, I'm just going to say I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you enjoyed the outlook. Don't forget to check out the other readings, which are all linked in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you want to get a private reading, you want to have your situation checked into, we can do that. Just follow that link at the top of your screen. But for right now, Leo, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for your general love outlook. Bye-bye now.